I like jamming to the music, just like you do, Gene. I'm like, "Dun, dun,
I
dun."
was. I was sitting
Yes, I
like,
saw you in the green room. Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name's Elias Patterson. I'm so excited on this special Thursday night. Usually we're on Wednesday nights for the summer. So we're going to go every Wednesday to the end of September. And then starting October, we're going to be on Saturday nights. Satuy night.
ooh,
Um,
ooh.
yeah, see, you remember. You remember. I'm so excited to be on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And when you catch me looking over here, I'm looking at Instagram. So hello, Lisa T999 and 123 HGHJC and good vibrations furniture. Right. Thank you all for being here. And let's see who's here. Oh my God, we got several people here. Hello, Chris and Mandy and cousin Jody. Good to see you.
Mm.
Good to see you on Instagram. Christy, hello, hello, hello. Joy, good to see you. Hey, Beth. And Charmin, hello. Is your mom with you? Hello, hello. Carson, good to see you. Ellen Jane and Sister Sledge, Diane Sims, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Tracy, hey, hi there. Thanks for being here. So, I am with my friend, Jean Tyndall. We have known each other, God, Gene, since what, 2000, 1999, maybe?
Something like that. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
It's been a bit, everybody.
It's
It's
been
been
a
a
while.
bit. Yes. Um, let's just say this. Jean knew me when I had solid color hair, and I knew her. I knew her when she had solid color
Yes.
hair. So
Fun times.
fun times. There you have it. Um, Jean is the owner of Spirit Dancer Crystals, and your career has been amazing to me. You take people. How many trips to Peru have you been?
Oh gosh, I can't. I've lost count.
A lot. You've taken
A
people
lot.
to
I've been
Peru.
to Peru a lot.
You and I did.
Ecuador with you.
We did an Ecuador trip, and you have been. You've studied with some bigwig shaman people in your day, and you also are a Cultroon carrier from the Mapuche tribe of Chile, where the Cultroon comes from, and you've written how many books now?
Two. Well, three. One's in process.
One's in process. And what are the names of the books in case people needed to know?
Wisdom of the Grandmothers and the oh gosh, I'm blanking.
It's okay. Blanking's fine.
Yeah, there's another one.
That's not the
It's
title of the book, guys. I'm blanking is not the title of the book. It could
it
be.
should be. It should
It
be
could
my
be.
next one. Oh God, I'm blanking.
Oh God, I'm blanking. There's a
Yeah,
crystal for that.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
so so you can. What's a good crystal for memory? For memory. So good to have you here. I want to ask you. Hey Nita, good to see you, and Sharon, thanks for being here. Phyllis, hello. Linda, hello. Thank you for being here. I'm here for a while. Great to see both of you. Awesome. Um, how did you get started with crystals?
Wow. Well, I was one that my mother was always dragging me out of the mud, going, "Get in the house." And I would be picking up pretty stones.
Pretty stones,
So that long, but in really in the last probably I don't know. I was working in a corporate job and it was very boring and horrible. And I decided I wanted to do something fun. And one of my friends, I had been working a little bit with the shamanic path and I really felt the crystals. And someone called me up and said, "Would you like to put gemstones in my store?" And I said, "Sure, why not?" And I went and learned how to get them and obtain them and sell them. And she ended up not taking them in the store. So I had all these crystals and I thought, well, I better do something with these. So, so I started the business and it was mostly just for fun, really. I mean, it's a passion and it's actually, I don't, I really, I really think the universe supports you when you do something that you're really passionate about.
And I agree with you. I really think that when we have our heart in something and we're striving to make a difference for ourselves and hopefully making a difference for others,
Mm,
I think we're kind of led on that path to do that.
absolutely.
And, you know, there are many days where I'll call you up and say, "What's this? What's this for? You want me to take a picture of it? Hey,
I
can we
love
take
that.
one? Because I don't know what this is." Um, but I think it's important because I remember now I'm going to go back 30 years ago. I remember that I held a stone and I'm like, I don't understand this stuff. I don't I don't know why people hold stones. That's just kind of scam is this, right?
Mhm.
And what would you say to somebody that was like for me being Greek Orthodox and being Christian based, I was like, I don't get it. I don't get how like that can like help you, right?
I have a lot of people who approach me early on in their journey and ask about that very same question. And what I first say is, God or source or the universe created everything,
Right.
created this earth, created everything in it and on it, and the stones are a part of that. So to me, it's just a part of the sacredness of the whole, of the earth, of the creation, which, and your dogs agree with me. So,
Barking on the truth. Barking on the truth.
um, so that's where I would start is really this is a part of the earth. It connects you to the earth. The earth is very grounding. It's very healing if you do get out in nature. If you go out in nature and you just sort of are there, you can feel the energy of it, or you can at least feel some comfort or some relaxation or things like that. And so crystals are just an extension of that, really. Yes.
There's someone at the door, and Willow is not happy with it at all. That or she,
Oh.
what are you saying, Willow? You like to know the meaning of a rose quartz? Okay, hold on.
Ah. But I find crystals to be just, oh, good. I was filling in.
Ah, ah,
Had no idea what I was going to say, but
you're okay. You're good. You're
yeah.
good. You're good. Um, so hey Danielle and Smyrna Stout Brothers. Hello, thank you for joining. So I feel that, you know, when I was holding a crystal, I was like, I don't understand this. And I was meditating because obviously, you know, we're doing the work that we're doing, and Harry just had to come in as soon as I said meditation.
Of course.
Um, I found that when I was meditating, what came to me, like you said, was I'm like, duh, who made all the stones? Who created who breathed breath into
Life.
life into the stone? So I think that if we all can understand from a science place that everything has energy. Everything has energy.
Mhm.
So if we're breathing, if God, universe, spirit, whatever you're comfortable in saying, or as my friend Ginger says, the God of your calling, um, which
Yeah.
I love
Yes,
that,
I do.
um, is breathing in life or energy, then we're picking up that energy. If we
Mhm.
are God's children, we are picking up that information, right? Emmy's cute. When the time comes, Jean, how did you mean Bob? You're cute. So
Whole other story.
all another story. She put her crystal into a wishing well, and poof, he came out of the well.
It actually kind of happened like that. So,
I like that, Jean.
yes.
I like that. So I think that, you know, I think I was a big believer when I had a stone in my pocket and someone told me that's so I don't pick up negativity because I was such an empath. Didn't know what any of that meant. And
Hmm.
I was working at a Debevix at that time.
Uh,
And that stone cracked in half in my pocket.
yes.
And I
Yes.
was like, what? And then
Takes on energy.
Totally. And I remember when Gary was talking to his ex-wife and he had a hematite ring on. Hi, Scoop. Had a hematite ring on, and they were arguing on the phone. That sucker cracked in 4
Correct.
places,
Yes.
or cracked in 4. And
Yes.
I just thought that was fascinating, just fascinating. And I was still new to all this stuff. So for those of you that are watching and you're like, I don't know, trust me, I was a skeptic, and those things made me believe, really do. So,
And the other thing is, if you're talking about science, I mean, crystals actually do transmit and receive energy. Quartz crystal, when they first were making computers, they actually mined the quartz out of the earth to run the computers because they are senders and receivers, such really clear and focused senders and receivers of energy. So
hmm,
there is a scientific reason, a scientific basis for the vibration of a crystal or
sure.
the frequency of a crystal.
And that runs pretty high, doesn't it?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, fascinating. Just fascinating to me. So let
Hmm.
me ask you, how do we, because we entitled this podcast, this visit today as connecting with crystals. So how does one connect with crystals?
So for me, the easiest way is to go and meditate. Like take your crystal, say you just got this crystal, and you hold it and you look at it and you first of all you try and view it with all of your senses. So I mean, I actually have had, this is gross, but I have had people actually lick my crystals because they like the taste. I don't know, I don't know why that is, but anyway, that's using all of your senses.
Right.
um, but what you do is you use your eyes first and you look into the crystal and you see, like really look at what's there. Like this one has a little being in it.
Oh,
That
cool.
is like a little crystal spirit. Um, so and there's little crystals on the outside of it. It's and you just look at the traits of it. You feel how it feels in your hand. It might get hot, it might get cold, it might feel kind of buzzy. There's different ways people feel things. You might see a color. And so you just sort of feel it with all your senses and then close your eyes and then just ask, why have you come to me?
Hmm.
And then just let your mind like free, you know, just sort of free form a sentence or two. The crystal will begin to speak to you in a certain way, and it's different for everyone. You might hear information, you might see it, you might feel it, depending on the way you feel energy.
Right.
But what happens is you begin to synchronize with the crystal. And then
Sure.
if I go even further and I just go inside of the crystal, like I do shamanic journey and I'll just go within the crystal and look around the inside of the crystal. I do that as a guided meditation for people who take classes from me because it's a really good way to get to know the crystal. And I've never actually had anybody who couldn't get into it, you know.
Interesting.
It's
Interesting.
it's fascinating and they see many different things.
Um, my question would be, quartz is the first thing that people should try and get, right?
I like quartz because you can feel it.
Okay. Any
It
kind of quartz,
I like any kind of quartz.
like maybe a
There's
rose
rose
quartz.
quartz. I know your favorite
I
is the
know.
rose quartz.
It's
Um,
because in the work, I'm just gonna close my door, Gene. Hang on. Here. Oh, come here. Oh, okay. You need to either go in
Rose
or
quartz
go
is
out.
a beautiful stone to start with because you can feel a very loving energy from it. And it is quartz, so you can feel the vibration of it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and I feel it in my heart, but you know.
Which is, yeah, because I mean, it is about self-love.
Mhm.
Self-love is the most
Yeah,
important.
yeah.
So we have the quartz. We have the quartz. We have a crystal. Should we cleanse it? Should we put it in the sun? Should we put it in
Absolutely.
the moon? What do we do?
To cleanse them, quartz specifically, I just cleanse it underwater. It's
Hmm.
the fastest, the easiest, or you just blow through the energy. It does with the intention of clearing it.
With the
If you're
intent.
doing it on the fly, if you have a little more time, you can use a smudge like white sage,
She
or
loves that. She's agreeing with
she
it.
likes the sage. So um, you can use that. You can use salt. You can use any kind of smudge, or you can use sound. Actually, they love to be. You can clear them really easily with sound, or put them on some selenite. That clears everything. So those are a few ways you can clear them. I more use the sun and the moon for charging them up,
Okay.
energizing them once
So
you've cleared them.
right. So and here's an odd question. I don't think I've ever asked you this one before. Do they ever lose their energy, or do they just need to be cleansed?
That's a really good question. I don't recall any of the ones that I use on a daily, like on a fairly regular basis. I don't recall any of them actually losing energy. They will sometimes break.
Hmm.
I do healing work with them, so sometimes if I'm working with someone who's really very sick or very has a lot of energy that needs to be cleared, I'll have there'll be a crystal that breaks when I use it on them. And then, you just lay them on the earth or return them back to the earth. They're.
Would you ever? Ooh, I'm
Would
putting
I ever?
thought now. Would you ever consider um doing a crystal book, like listing a bunch of your crystals and putting the definitions that you give for
I
crystals?
am doing that right now with
Oh my gosh! And honestly, guys, I didn't even know it. I honestly, truly, I
he's
didn't,
psychic though.
I didn't know that.
Um,
I was like, what a great idea. Um,
yeah.
that's awesome, Gene.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And I'm putting them in slightly different categories and giving various different ways to use them, but I have the definitions already. I have hundreds of definitions that I actually sat with a crystal and asked, "What do you do? Who are you? Why have you come?" The whole
Cool.
and generally they answer. And
I love-
occasionally I get nothing.
Well, and
But,
sometimes,
you
right,
know,
exactly.
that's
Uh,
another thing though. If it's not, there's some stones that are going to be more resonant with you than others. And
sure.
so, that's okay.
Emmy says sometimes I feel nothing when I choose a crystal to hold.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's
maybe you
okay.
don't, and maybe you don't need it. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Maybe you
Yeah.
don't need that one. Carson says, Gene, love this. So much fun to journey into crystals. Yes. Hi,
Hmm.
Lisa. Thanks for being here. Mandy said that's exciting. Um, me too, but I'm new to this. Well, sometimes
It's a lot of fun.
no, I know. Bubbly Asian, thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. So when we're working with a crystal, and let's say, what do I do with it? Do I like this? I can't, like, I would look like what's
You
the rap?
can't wear it as
Right.
jewelry.
I would look like a rapper. I forgot his name. With the big clock that he used to have.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Ah,
I
right?
don't remember the
I
name.
would I don't remember. Oh, Flavor Flav. Flavor
Oh,
Flav or something
yeah.
like that. I would look like that. But you would get a small one, you could put it in a little
You can put
piece.
it in they have little
Right.
metal things you can put them in, or you can put them in a little pouch, or you can have them made into jewelry, or you can carry them around in your pocket. I tend to put them around my house. So I, it just elevates the energy. So
Yeah.
that's what I use mine more for that. And then I wear them a lot. Cage. Thank you, Joy. That's what I was trying to
Hey,
think
yeah.
of. Yes.
Hey, Pandora. Pandora says,
Ah,
hi, Elias and Jean. How would you interpret it
hi.
when you pick up a stone and feel a strong dislike?
That's another really good question. It's for me, it's almost always something I really need to work with. Sometimes it's just really not your stone as well. So you have to be a little discerning and ask a few questions of yourself. Actually, why am I feeling this? And a lot of times it is just resistance of, ooh, I don't want to go there. This crystal is going to help me go into my shadow or something like that. And I'm not really ready for that, or I'm not really wanting to do that. So it could be that, or it could also just be that it's not resonant with you.
Sure. Sure. Now, you and I know, but I'm for everyone out here, some stones are very grounding, like a black
Mhm.
tourmaline,
Yes.
very grounding, and some stones are very uplifting, right? What would be a good, like, if I wanted seventh chakra and stone?
My favorite seventh chakra stones, aside from quartz, which you can program to do most anything, is I like apophyllite for that. I like phenakite for that. And what else? There's a few quartzes from India that are pretty high vibrating,
Mhm.
that will work with the seventh chakra. Uh, I don't know. Those are my favorite ones. Those are my go-tos.
I like it.
There are others for sure.
Hi, Leslie. I'm so glad you made it. Leslie said, what crystal would you gift someone going through bad times?
Uh, well, a rose quartz is always nice because that's a really nice energy. Also, if you're sort of wanting to do something beyond rose quartz, morganite is really amazing. It's got a very
Mhm.
loving energy. Um, I like celestite because that's an angelic energy, and it sort of connects you with that angelic guidance, or even just the feeling that there are angels around you.
Sure.
That's nice for someone like that. And then I actually will buy little carved angels too, and those are nice just because it's
The,
energy.
the angelic. Right.
Your dog loves
Willa likes that
candles. I
too.
love it.
The boys are going back and forth.
Pandora, that malachite, she's just said malachite is pretty, but it doesn't feel good to hold. Malachite is very problematic for people. It's one of those stones you either love it or completely repelled by it. And even though it's beautiful, it's the energy of it is very it, it's problematic. I felt the same way about it.
I
I
don't
love
like.
it. I sell it. It's because it's beautiful. And also I don't have it around me.
I can't. I have one that it's super small and it's in a box, and I have to close the box. I can't have the box open.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting how that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Diana says, "Hi, Diana. I have a lot of crystal pendants from Rachel. I know you do. I know you do." Dolores says, "Greetings. Hi, Delora. I packed all my crystals together for a big move. Please advise on clearing them all at once in my new place."
Oh, as you open, if you can use smoke and it doesn't bother you, I would just take a big thing of white sage and just as you open the box, just sort of clear it as they're coming out, or you could just even clear the box.
Hmm, that's a good idea.
That's yeah.
Now, if somebody was allergic to sage or something,
Um,
would we do
then that that exactly sound will work.
sound will work? Okay, excellent. Emmy says, I bought a pink opal from Jean that is incredible at channeling energy. I love it.
I love those
I
pink
love it.
opals. They're very
Um,
cool.
I may have one tiny piece somewhere hidden. I know. Uh, Malachite is the cilantro of the crystal world.
You
Dolores,
are correct.
yes, yes. I have a huge malachite. I get it. Danielle says Any good ones for healing physical ailments?
I like the jaspers for that. Almost any kind of jasper is going to be very healing. There's also a stone from India called green sardonyx that is really good to work with like physical disease.
Mhm.
And also I have chrome chalcedony from Turkey, which is a stone of regeneration. So if you have a degenerative disease, that's a good one to use for that. Also, fluorite is a really good one to work with pain, physical pain. It's like an anti-inflammatory. That exactly is it.
Yes. Um, so Elemental, fun to see you on IG too. Thanks for being here. I use sage for cleansing a lot. Is
Mhm.
there a birth month crystal?
That is a fascinating topic that might be beyond the scope of what we're doing because there are crystals from the ancient times that they associated with different astrological signs. There are ones that are associated with different months, and they're sort of uh, there's a lot of them. So you have to do some research, but I have oh gosh, I don't have it down here. I have a book called I think it's I think it's called The Curious Lore of
Hmm.
Precious Stones. Um, and I can't think of the author. But that's a really good book if you want to go into like some of the ancient uses of stones by the month. And then there's the standard birthstones, but those are sort of more recent in origin.
Hi, Amanda. Good to see you. Danielle says thank you. Helen says, good to know about the singing
Mhm.
bowl. I have bad
Mm.
asthma and sage kicks my butt. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
true.
There's a lot of people who can't do smoke, and so that's a good way.
I love Jean's crystals. I get in trouble. So, yes, very true. And speaking of getting in trouble, you have a crystal show coming up, don't you?
We do. Our next live sale on Facebook is September 14th. It's a Sunday at 2 p.m. Central Time. Before that, we will be in Denver. We're leaving for Denver for the Gem Show next Tuesday, so we're going to be getting new stones for you all. So I'm excited to see what we find, and we'll probably be doing a few things from Denver, but a few lives. But we're not going to do a sale because we don't have enough time.
And what
So
was the date? September
September 14th. It's a Sunday,
14th
2 p.m.
at 2 p.m. Central.
Yeah,
And that's going to be on your Facebook
Facebook.
page, right?
Spirit Dancer Crystals Facebook page. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Facebook page,
Mhm.
Spirit Dancer crystals. Okay. There we have it. And I'll just put all that information in there. And there it is. Um, I know, Mandy, I could have had you do it, but I was just doing it. Diana, thanks for being here. Good to see you. Um, so, oh, AZD, hello, how are you? Thanks for being here. What? Here's a good question. Crystals and oils, do they work well together?
Hmm. They do. I I hesitate because there are some crystals you don't want to get oil on. And there's a list, but I don't know them offhand. But actually, I would say that if you're going to use the oil, use the crystal in your energy field and the oil on your body.
And that's what I do too.
Yeah.
I'll put the oil on.
Hmm.
If I usually I always put on my wrist because I think that's easier
Yeah.
here, and then I might place the crystal
On your body.
on my
Yeah.
body. Right,
Yeah.
right. So going back, I just want to go back to Danielle for a moment because I know a lot of people have ailments, physical ailments.
Hmm.
You mentioned fluorite. Is there, from my knowledge, there usually each crystal will have a interpretation for what it's for, whether it's skeletal, whether it's muscular,
Hmm.
whether it's for the arm, for the leg, for head aches, for liver stuff. It usually will say something in particular, right?
There are people who have determined that. When I do healing work, I know basically I have a lot of basic techniques which I've learned over the years, but also a lot of it comes from the guides of the person I'm working on, I'll pick one up and they'll say no. And so I'll put it back down and I'll use something else. But there are some general rules, like the Jaspers are generally very physically healing for various different things, and depending on the color, they'll correspond to where you want to put them on the body. Um, Fluorite is an anti-inflammatory, so it works with pain. So that can be muscular, it can be joints, it can be any disease that creates inflammation. So there's quite a lot of things it can work with. It's a really good one for like if I have a pain, like I broke my wrist a while back and it hurts sometimes. I'll put a piece of fluoride on just while I'm watching TV, and I'll just hold it there, and it relieves the pain. It's kind of amazing.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
We got some questions here. So, Jean, do you work with crystal grids? What is your favorite layout?
I work with crystal grids all the time. And I don't have a definite favorite layout. I suppose I like the six-pointed star, which is the beginning of the flower of life. So I do a lot in that configuration. Um, I I basically let the crystal sort of inform. I don't really use some people have drawings and they put them on the drawings, which
Yeah.
is a great way to do it. I don't have those. I don't do it that way, but it's a really good way to do it. And the flower of life is a really good crystal grid. Um, but and if you want to do something really simple, just have something in the center like a cluster, which sends out energy to various all around the room, and then put something that's going to enhance that energy, whatever energy you want, around the cluster.
Cami Sterling,
Angel.
never, ever, 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 without a doubt, will always call me during a live or something else. And she knows my schedule, which I'm like,
Anyway, those are my favorite grids.
so fluorite, and this happens to be
No, that's amethyst.
Amethyst. Sorry, I was because we're talking about fluorite.
We're talking about
Amethyst, dragon's tooth, amethyst.
Yeah,
What
very nice.
what people like? Can they hold this? Can they put it on their forehead?
That I would use that actually. I would use that in a grid. When I do a retreat or something, I'll put amethyst in the corner of each room because it elevates the energy pretty high. And that would be an awesome one to use in the corner of a room. Just like 4 of those would be amazing.
I got this from Joy, and I am looking for another one. I love this piece a lot. This is a. Can you see it better?
Is that Vivianite?
It's
That's
a Vivian.
Vivianite. Yeah.
And I just thought it's an amazing piece.
It
And
is.
just love the black green to it. And I love that shine. So this is really good for people with grief.
Yeah,
And I think a lot of people are having things happen that it doesn't mean like, oh, I'm missing a person. It could be physical grief. Like you are feeling the physicality of the world. You're
feeling the grief. Yeah.
Grief of the world. So this is a really good Joy. Thank you. Thank you.
Very nice stone.
And
Yeah.
if you
Beautiful.
got any others, let me know. So that just a great stone. And here's another one. I wanted to go with some of these earthy type stuff here. Now, some people would say, oh, well, that's a stone. It's a healing stone, right?
Shiva Lingam. Yeah.
I love saying it, Shivalingam.
Shiva
I
Lingam.
just like it. Sometimes I just like to say Shivalinga. I say Shivalinga, but it's Shivalingam. But don't like to say the M. I like to go Shivalinga. So you do, Joy? You have one, girl. Gotta let me know. All right. So tell people about this because this is such an interesting stone.
That is, those are sacred stones in India. I don't know that much about the Indian tradition, but I do know that they use them for ceremony. They use them to represent the yoni and the other part. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't really know that. But it represents the masculine and the feminine, and it's a good stone for me. It's a stone that really grounds you. I like using them on my root, on the root chakra, or underneath, but by the feet.
And if you
I
drop
love putting my feet.
you
Oh,
drop this on your head, it'll totally ground you. So
and
use
you can totally use it as a weapon if you
you
know
can,
it.
you can use. I'm gonna go ahead and send energy to you.
Don't try this at home.
Don't try this at home. Uh, Dolores says it's a dragon's egg. You're funny.
It looks like a dragon's egg.
Wade calls them rocks. That's funny. That is funny. So we've listed a couple of these guys just for you to look at. I mean, we said black tourmaline. We did say fluorite. Of course, we're going to say the rose quartz, right? Also connecting with them. So what Jean was saying for all of you is really truly pick it up and see, what does it feel like? What information you're getting? It's usually the first thought.
It's an instant, yeah.
Like I used to confuse this one,
Is that sodalite? That's
yeah,
sodalite, yeah.
with this one.
Lapis, yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's like, oh, well, how come they feel different? Because, Elias, they're not the same one. So that's why they felt different. I was like, oh, a lapis. I love lapis. Nope. It was a sodalite.
And also they stones will feel different depending on where they come from too. They pick up the energy of the place where they're found, and so lapis and lapis also has pyrite in it, and sodalite doesn't. So there's a difference there. You're going to feel more of a kick to the lapis, but yeah, you're also picking up the energy of the place where they were.
And don't forget moldavite with
There's always got to be the moldavite.
nothing. Delora Ritchie, hello, my sparkle sister, you're cute. So here's the thing, that Jean and I were on a cruise together, doing a workshop on the cruise, and we went to a place where Mayan culture, and we just both felt something not good about that area. It just I actually had a past life flashback of being like, sacrificed there. And it was just, I would never get a stone from that area in that where we were, because that's holding that energy. Does that make sense for you guys? Because sometimes you could be like, oh, I love a rose quartz, and you might find one on the floor. But it's picked up that energy of that area. That's why you want to go ahead and always cleanse them.
Yeah.
So that's important.
And sometimes you just don't want the energy associated with the area.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
The dogs are going to bark in about 2 minutes, so I might mute myself. Does anybody have any questions?
I saw one about psychic abilities. Actually, lapis, I think, is a good one for psychic abilities, and also sapphire. I love sapphire on my third eye. It's really it's very buzzy, and it opens a space. Another good one that's not that common, but it's really nice, is iolite. Iolite helps you see the truth of a situation. It helps you like hone in on what your truth is about it. Um, what else? Psychic abilities. Super 7 is awesome as well. It has a lot of windows in it to other places. But those, and inner peace, oh my gosh. Blue lace agate is a really good stone for, it's very serene. It helps you to calm. It's also very good for sleep. Also, Amazonite is a good one for calm and relaxation. There you go. Elias just happens to have all of the stones. We love
What
that.
what would be, for those that don't know, what is the Super 7?
Super 7 was named by Melody Gross, who wrote the Love is in the Earth, which was one of the early crystal books. She actually found it in Brazil. She was in Brazil mining, and she found it, the mine that where it's called Espiritu Santo is the region where it comes from, and it's she bought the whole pocket. So, and she named the stone Super 7 because it contains 7 minerals, but it was more about how vibrant it was, and how it has a really interesting vibration, and it's got I don't know if I could name them all. It's a good bar bet.
Okay.
Quartz, amethyst, goethite, cacoxenite, lepidocrosite, smoky quartz, and the one I always forget.
I like the cacoxite. I think I just want to call it caca. The cacasite. Right.
Yes.
Jeremy McDonald, as I live and breathe.
Hey, Jeremy.
That was our host with
We
the
love Jeremy. Yes.
went ahead and had us on the cruise ship. So thank you.
It was fun.
Yes. Can you explain record keepers, please?
I wish I had a sample. Yes. Record keepers are markings in stones. Generally, they look like a triangle, like a triangle relief, like sticking up or sticking in. And they are said to contain information. Quartz does contain information. So when you find one with a record keeper on it, what I like to do, and also they say, and I don't know, I found this to sort of be true, these striations in a stone, I don't know if you can see the striation.
Can see it.
Are also like record keepers. They're almost like music, what do you call them? Clefs, or not clefs, but staffs. But anyway, what you can do with them is you can, if you're into channeling at all, put your thumb on one and go and journey, and you'll get some information, some really interesting information. One of the stones that has a lot of record keepers generally is ruby, and if you can find one, they're incredible. I have one. I think I could probably get a whole book out of this ruby if I just sat with it long enough. It's stunning, and it's just got triangle after triangle after triangle, and I know it's the earth. It's the records of the earth, really. It's like the Akashic records of the earth.
Linda wanted to know what color is Super 7?
It's generally mostly purple, but you can tell it has a lot of different stuff in it. I wish I don't have a sample here, but it's generally purple primarily. And there's little bits of yellow, there's little bits of like magenta. They're stunning. They're very pretty.
Interesting. Have you ever had that on a crystal show?
I don't really have I have a piece for me.
Right.
You don't find it very often.
Trust me.
Right.
Carson says, "Oh, now I know my next journey plan for this winter." All right,
There you go, Carson.
I
Yeah.
want everybody to see this crystal. I don't want to roll over one of the dogs. Hi, Harry. Good. Let me find it, and it is here. I know it's here. I have it close, near and dear to my
Rubies, yes.
heart. It's over here. Okay. I'm trying not to. Yeah, there's the dogs. All right. So this piece here, ta-dun, 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 this was a wedding gift from Jean. And tell everybody about this one.
That is ruby. The red spots are ruby in sapphire and kyanite. It's a lingam shaped. That's an extraordinary stone. You don't find ruby and sapphire grow together, but not in that way. So that's a really that was an awesome stone.
Yeah. And what does it all do together?
Wow. I feel like okay, so ruby is a stone of really your own sovereignty, really calling in your own power. And calling it from love. And the kyanite is a stone of dreaming and vision, and and sapphire also vision. So it's really visioning how you can use your own power in the best way.
Diana says, if you take a flashlight behind it,
the ruby will glow.
Oh, I like that, Diana.
They fluoresce, yes.
I like it a lot. Well, I mean, we can talk forever about crystals, and we just wanted to give you a little taste, guys, about like how to connect and what it means. And like we said, Jean has her show September 14th at
yes.
2 p.m. Central. That would be 3 o'clock Eastern, and that would be that would be
noon.
That would be noon. It would be noon Pacific. So Lisa says, I have one of those. Getting my flashlight now. Of course you are.
Yes.
She's like getting out of her bed and running to it. So here you go. Thanks, Amanda. I didn't see this one. If you have using a crystal and it cracks, what should you do with it? Should you dispose of it? And if so, how? Thanks.
Interesting. I usually will put it back on the earth. I would put it in the ground, or sometimes if it cracks in half, that means it's supposed to go to another like there's part of it goes to another person, or there's information inside of the crystal that it needed to impart. I don't, that's one of the reasons they break. But if it cracks and it's from energy that wasn't quite great or anything like that, I would put it on the earth.
That's smart. That's smart. You know that you're welcome back anytime. And guys, if you want to hear more about Jean, we just did, I'm sounding like my mom now. We did a couple weeks ago a podcast. You can go to mindbodyspirit.fm or wherever you get your podcasts and go to Your Inner Voice, and you can listen to Jean's podcast.
It's a lot, yeah. A lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. And our stuff just happens to just like we're having a conversation like we are now. You also have something else coming up, don't you?
I do. I have a women's retreat on October 24th through the 26th. It is in Illinois. If you would like more information, I just put the link here. Hopefully
you did it.
Yes, there it is.
Well done, you.
I did. That is the link to for more information on the retreat. It should be a really amazing retreat. It's called Sanctuary for the Soul, and it's mainly to just reconnect and regenerate within yourself.
And that, again, the dates, you guys, are October.
24th to the 26th.
There you go. There you go. Well, you're welcome back anytime you
I
want.
love this. I have so much fun with you guys. It's really amazing.
I'm excited about your book. I'm super
I know,
excited
me too.
about your book. And you let me know.
Pretty
But
soon.
something y'all don't know that I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. Jean will be featured not in this upcoming book, but in another book after. So, for those who don't know, I'm doing a trilogy book, a compilation book. It's going to be called the Within series, and the first book is called Going Within, Going Within to Heal. The next book is going to be called Transformation, from Breakdown to Breakthrough. And Jean's probably going to be in that one. So we'll talk more about that.
Yeah.
It was very interesting. Thank you. Thank you. And Jean's website again is spiritdancercrystals.com. Hey,
Thank
Gail.
you, Andy.
Thank you. And what else was I going to tell you? There's a couple spots left. If anybody has been reading cards or doing intuitive work for at least 7 years or more, or if you're a life coach and you're really tired of reading the way that you've been reading, or you're tired of doing the traditional coaching, I've got a 3-month program. It's a rollout. It's a brand new program. We're doing something called the alignment coaching, which is combining intuition with life coaching. And I've got a whole program with alignment. Each letter, it's an acronym, so each letter is going to mean something. And that's going to be 12 weeks. So it starts September 1st. If you're interested, send me a message or email admin@eliaspetros.com, and Mandy can give you some information on that. Jean, always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
anytime.
Always fun.
My friend. And
Thank you.
remember, guys, we are here to connect. And when we connect, we educate. And when we educate, we grow. There is unity in community. From our hearts to yours, mwah, real talk gets real answers. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Be well.